So what we were studying in last class was regarding the general idea regarding what is a endocrine system and what are the different types of endocrine gland. And two such glands we have studied. One is hypothalamus and second one is the pituitary. And today we will be going to another important gland, that is thyroid gland. Here you can see the picture of a thyroid gland and the position of a thyroid gland and what are the important parts of a thyroid gland. This is the thyroid gland, since it is located in the neck region and mainly located in the neck region. And so thyroid gland is composed of two lobes. Here you can see that these are the two lobes. If you look at this thyroid gland, you can see that there are two lobes are there. This is one lobe and this is other lobe, a right lobe and a left lobe, and which are located on either side of the trachea. See, this is the trachea, and you can see that on either side of the trachea you are seeing the thyroid gland, and it is also connected by a bridge, and both lobes are interconnected with a thin flap of connective tissue, and that is known by the name isthmus. Isthmus is actually means a narrow land strip. That is the actual meaning. So here you can see that the both lobes are connected in the middle by a narrow bridge, which we call by the name isthmus. So this is a general idea regarding it. Now coming to the interior or inside a portion of thyroid gland, each thyroid follicle or each thyroid gland is composed of follicular cells. Here you can see that there is thyroid gland is actually formed of many follicles. So that is the inner portion of the thyroid gland. Here you can see that. So this is how the thyroid, this portion is actually formed of number of smaller spherical structures, which we call by the name follicle. So this is a thyroid. Thyroid glands are actually formed of thyroid follicle, just like ovary is formed of ovarian follicle. So each thyroid follicle is composed of follicular cells enclosing a cavity. Here you can see that this is the follicular cell and there is a cavity in the middle. So that is a general idea. And these follicular cells synthesize two hormones. One is thyroxine and second one is the triiodothyronine. And thyroxine is also known by the tetraiodothyronine because it has 4 iodine atoms. Other one has only 3 iodine atoms. So one is a hormone with 4 iodine atoms, which we call by the name tetraiodothyronine, or popularly known by the name thyroxine. And other is a hormone with 3 iodine atoms, popularly known by the name triiodothyronine. Now here you can see that iodine is essential for the normal rate of hormone synthesis in thyroid. That is, in the thyroid gland, these follicular cells will be producing 2 different types of hormone, and for producing these various hormones, thyroid gland need lot of iodine. Now if there is no iodine, what will happen is that these follicular cells will multiply in large number in order to compensate for the deficiency of production. So if there are 100 follicular cells, when a person is experiencing the iodine deficiency, instead of 100 there may be 1000 cells. So what happens is that there will be bulging of the neck region, and which we call by the name goiter. So goiter, sometimes you might have heard the person with the goiter will be having a bulging at the neck region, and that is because of the deficiency of iodine. Here you can see that how the goiter will be appearing. So if any kind of thyroid deficiency is happening in the thyroid gland, that is known by the name goiter. So that is the picture of the goiter. Now we can also see another situation. Deficiency of iodine in our diet result in hypothyroidism and enlargement of thyroid gland, commonly known by the name goiter, and this is what we call by the name goiter. Now there is an opposite situation. Here it is a deficiency of thyroid hormone or deficiency of iodine. Now there is another situation known as overproduction, and iodine is essential. Now, the hypothyroidism during pregnancy causes defective development maturation of the growing baby, leading to stunted growth, mental retardation, low intelligence, and abnormal skin, and deaf or mutism. The meaning is that if the woman is experiencing this iodine deficiency, especially during the time of her pregnancy, the development of the baby or development of the fetus may not be taking place in the proper way, so that the child may not be growing in the normal rate. Instead of having a normal height, the child may be having a very short height, and that situation is known by the name dwarfism. And thyroid deficiency is one reason for this dwarfism, known by the name cretinism, mainly caused by thyroid deficiency. In adult women, hypothyroidism can also cause menstrual cycle to become irregular. Now, one important feature that you must understand about thyroid gland is that sometimes when you go to doctors may sometimes say thyroid has some problem. The thyroid gland has an important role in controlling the metabolism of our body. That is, almost all the organs in our body or all the activities in our body is actually directly or indirectly controlled by your thyroid hormone. So if there is some problem with the thyroid hormone or in the rate of its production, that will be affecting almost all your body system, including your reproductive system. So that is why in women having thyroid problems sometimes face menstrual cycle to become highly irregular. And thyroid hormones play an important role in the regulation of basal metabolic rate. What is basal metabolic rate? The rate of various activities going on in your body. That is known by the name BMR or basal metabolic rate. And thyroid hormone has an important role in controlling your BMR. Then these hormones also support the process of RBC formation. Here you can see that. And thyroid hormone control the metabolism of carbohydrate, proteins, and fat. So here if you look at these two sentences, you can see that thyroid hormones are playing a very important role in controlling blood cell formation, RBC formation, as well as also the metabolic activities under the control of carbohydrate, proteins, and fat. Digestion are all actually influenced by thyroid hormone. The maintenance of water and electrolyte balance. Electrolyte means salt, how much sodium or how much chlorine. The maintenance of water and electrolyte balance is also influenced by thyroid hormone. So here you can see that thyroid gland or thyroid hormone has a lot of influence on many parts of your body. That is why any kind of deficiency on your thyroid hormone, the level of thyroid hormone, can have a direct effect on the functioning of many of your body systems. Then thyroid gland also secrete a protein hormone known as thyrocalcitone, and which regulates the level of calcium in your blood. So that is the third hormone. Here you can find tetraiodothyronine or thyroxine, then triiodothyronine, and third hormone is known by the name thyrocalcitonin. And the function of thyrocalcitonin is that it will be controlling the blood level of calcium present in your blood. So that is an idea regarding how thyroid glands are actually controlling the various functions in your body. And similar to thyroid gland, we have another gland known by the name parathyroid. Here also you can find this parathyroid. See here there are some spots of yellow patches are there. These yellow patches are known by the name parathyroid. See here also you can find. These yellow patches are known by the name parathyroid gland. So para means actually after or next. That is so next to thyroid. That is how the term parathyroid actually been attributed to this gland. In humans, 4 parathyroid glands are present on the back side of thyroid gland. That is not on the front side, not on this side, actually at the back side. See now this is the front region and this is the back region. We have four parathyroid gland at the back side of the thyroid gland, one pair each on two lobes of thyroid gland. And parathyroid gland secrete a peptide hormone. Peptide hormone means protein hormone called parathyroid hormone, abbreviated as PTH. And the secretion of PTH is regulated by circulating level of calcium ions. So how much amount of calcium is present in your body, that will be controlling the production level of parathyroid. Parathyroid hormone increase calcium level in the blood. So if parathyroid hormone is secreted by parathyroid or PTH is secreted by parathyroid, that will be increasing the level of calcium ions in your blood. And PTH also act on bone and stimulate the process of bone resorption or demineralization, or the bone may disintegrate. Bone may undergo demineralization or dissolution, forming what we call increased level of calcium ions in your blood. So that is why the PTH or parathyroid hormone has an important role in increasing the calcium level in your blood. So PTH secretion means calcium level increase. So that is how the relationship is going on. The PTH also stimulates reabsorption of calcium ions by the renal tubule and increase calcium absorption from the digestive food. So the overall effect of all this process is that increase the level of calcium ions in your blood. So one by stimulating demineralization of the bone, another by absorbing more calcium ion from your kidney tubules, or by increasing the absorption of calcium from your digested food. So that is in a very simple sentence we can see that PTH increase calcium level in the blood. How these are the various processes. So PTH is parathyroid hormone will be increasing the level of calcium ions in your blood. It is thus clear that PTH is a hypercalcemic hormone. Hypercalcemic, hyper means more, increase. So hypercalcemic hormone means something that increase the level of calcium ion. Along with the TCT, it plays an important role in maintaining the calcium level of your body. TCT, thyrocalcitonin. Here that is why this TCT means earlier we were discussing about one hormone known by the name thyrocalcitonin. So thyrocalcitonin may be decreasing the level of calcitonin, calcium ions. PTH is actually increasing the level of calcium ions in your body. So that is how this is how the thyrocalcitonin and PTH are actually controlling the level of here you can see that bone cell formation and it decreases the calcium content of the blood. So TCT or thyrocalcitonin decrease calcium ions in the blood. PTH will be increasing the calcium ion content in the blood. So both are having opposite effect. So this is the these are the details about the second gland known by the name parathyroid gland, and about the hormone produced by the parathyroid gland known by the name PTH. So this will give you an idea about the important hormone. One is thyroid gland and another one is known by the name parathyroid gland, and we have one more gland, that is the thymus gland. Now if you look at the thymus gland, here you can see that thymus gland, the position of the thymus gland, where is it is, see it is shown here. So this is the thymus gland between sternum heart. So this is the position of the thymus gland. Thymus gland is a lobular structure located between lungs, behind sternum, on the ventral side of the aorta. So that is the position of the, so between two lungs, this is the lungs, and between the two lungs and on the ventral side of the aorta, between two lungs, behind sternum, just behind your sternum, between two lungs. You can see that two lobes are there, and that is known by the thymus gland. It is playing a very important role in the development of your immune system. How the immune system, because thymus is playing very important role in the production of lymphocyte and other type of immune cell. This gland secrete peptide hormone known by the thymosin. So hormone produced by thymus gland is known by the name thymosin. Thymosin is the name of the hormone produced by thymus gland. Thymosin play a major role in the differentiation of T lymphocyte, which provide cell-mediated immunity. So right now just remember that the cell-mediated immunity is a type of immunity controlled by lymphocyte. So that is the function of the thymus gland. It is actually controlling the functioning of this T lymphocyte, and T lymphocyte is playing a very important role T lymphocyte is playing a very important role in the cell-mediated immunity also. And thymosin also promote production of antibodies to promote humoral immunity. So there are basically two different types of immunity. One is cell-mediated immunity, which are controlled by lymphocyte or monocyte. Another is a type of immunity known by the humoral immunity, provided by controlled by your antibodies. So that is also the second type of immunity, and thymosin also play an important role in producing antibodies. The immunity provided by antibodies is known by the name humoral immunity. So thymus is degenerated in old individuals, resulting in a decreased production of thymosin. So what is the major hormone produced by thymus gland? It is the thymosin, and as a result immune response of the old person become weak. That is why when there is some kind of new diseases, doctors always say that children and the old should give more care, because older people have lesser amount of their immune system is not so active, not so strong in fighting infection. So that is the reason is that in the case of older people, this thymus gland will atrophize. Atrophize means decrease its size. It becomes smaller. So that is the peculiarity of the thymus gland. Thymus gland will be shrinking with the older age, and that means lesser amount of thymosin will be produced, and that means their influence on antibody production and cell-mediated immunity will also decrease. So this is an idea regarding the second next gland known by the name thymus gland. Then